Hi, my name is Stephen Martilli at freedomeducation.ca. This is video number 2 on change your thoughts and change your life. So feelings act as feedback. Now, what you want to realize is that we're always in this continuous flow and movement of change, and there's a process that goes with that. And I guess being a background in engineering, I'm always looking for patterns. I'm always looking for ways to look at what are the steps, what are the process that you take. It doesn't matter if it's in blogging or internet marketing, or if it's in business, or if it's in relationships. And it's probably why I got into studying and being a coach, is because a lot of what I do is I look for patterns in people. And once you get the patterns, you can either break the patterns or change the patterns or change the order. But once you get a combination that works, you keep using it. It's like any good business system. It's any like good relationship. Once you get into the groove of things, you know, like my wife and I, we're always having date night on Wednesdays. Well, now we changed it to Thursday, so that messed up my whole pattern. But the point being is that we've got a system in place, right? So we always make that effort to give each other and spend time with each other. And then we make it exciting, right? Because we set an intention in the beginning of the week. We're like, okay, date night's on Thursday. All right, what are we going to do, you know? So what do I want? Why am I talking about these patterns and everything? When you think about it, there's this continuous flow of creation going on. You think something, you feel something, and then you act on something, okay? So as an example, right, you know, you watch the news and there's a horrible death, and there's like, you know, 21-year-old male, black male comes and, you know, murders this woman and the entire family. And you watch that, and how do you feel when you watch that? You start to feel like crap. You start to feel like, I don't feel so good. And it's not because of what you're, you know, watching outside of you. It's because now you're starting to play those mental images inside. You're starting to play the dialogue, you know, the news broadcast in. You start to play those thoughts, and as you start playing those thoughts, you start to feel. And when I watch the news, I feel like crap, so I don't ever watch it. I watch hockey, and I watch a couple other sports, and I watch a couple of shows, and that's it. But what my point is that use your feeling as a way to feedback on what you're thinking. It's like there's this infinite loop, right? So anytime you feel sort of like negative or depressed, it's because of thoughts. It's because of what you're thinking. And you know what's interesting is that if you take a person who is depressed at one point, and I know this because of some people that are close to me, and this has nothing to do with any of my clients, is there people close to me that if you see someone's depressed, what do they do most of the time? They're looking down. And what's happening is they're actually in two different states. They're either auditory, so they're, you know, they've got this ongoing dialogue, they're saying things to themselves, or they're in a state of kinesthetic. So they're just they're noticing what their body feelings are, right? You know, get that person to put their head up and go for a walk and look at the sun and get their head up. What happens is when you move your head up, you start making pictures. And if those pictures are good pictures of you, you know, I don't know, like doing things that are successful and you're feeling good and you're with friends and family and people that are close, I just spit there. I must be excited. Anyways, when you're doing that, what happens is that you change the thought. And you change the thought, you change the feeling, you change the way you feel. So a depressed person, if they got their head up and they keep their body posture up, they cannot feel depressed. They just can't, because they're not entering those patterns of thought, right? That internal dialogue, like, oh man, my life's going to be over, this is terrible. Or like those body feelings that are just not working. And you can change those feelings, there's different techniques, but ultimately it's the thought that creates the feeling. And that's the process that I want you to identify with, is that once you become 100% responsible for creating everything, you want to realize that everything you think manifests into a feeling and then into some sort of action. And that gets you your results. And that's the process. It's always the same. And if you notice it and you recognize it, then you can pay attention to how you feel, and then you can re-guide and re-channel your thoughts. So in the next video, I'll talk about step 3. Thanks for watching this video. My name's Stephen Martilli at freedomeducation.ca. Make sure to subscribe to my feed if you want more videos like this, and we'll be talking to you soon.